Welcome to Gear Jammer Garage. I've done a lot of work to the truck off camera, so I thought I'd make a quick video on some of the updates that I've done along the way before I continue. We'll start here in the front. I put a new emblem on here. The old one was kind of faded. These are LED. It's just the lens that's the LED part. You got to reuse the housing because it grounds, the housing grounds to the where it mounts. It grounds to that, so the wires for that is just the parking light and the turn signal, and then it grounds to the body. So I reuse that. Got the new lights in. They have halos. Now the halos that I ordered are amber, and I tied in the amber part of the light to the turn signal, so when it flashes with that. I'll demonstrate that in a bit. I have my battery charging. I put new lenses up here with LED bulbs, and these emblems here I also replaced. When I had it off, I kind of cleaned this up and threw a little bit of clear coat. Eventually I'll clear coat the truck, but that'll help just to get some into these little crevices that might be hard to do afterwards. It has disc brakes, and I have a whole video on that. You can go check that out when I did the spindles and all that front end stuff. I put this power distribution block here. This wire comes in from the battery, and then I have a 200 amp fuse that comes down to here, and that's for my charging circuit for my single wire alternator. And then the next fuse is going to be for the truck, and this is all the truck power from the harness that I bought. This is a harness I got from Brothers Trucks. And then the orange wire is another electrical system that I'm going to add. When I get to that, I'll make a video on it. This circuit breaker here, it's a 60 amp circuit breaker. This is going to be for my amp. So there's going to be an amp under the seat. I've got my heater hoses in. There were no problems there. One thing I did run into is with my lower radiator hose, I had to use two hoses. From here to the pump is a 75 C20 with the 454 lower radiator hose. For this section here, it's a 98 K2500 454 lower hose, because I needed to get this 90-degree angle here, and then to make them connect, I used a radiator hose repair kit. I'll show that to you real quick. So I bought this at O'Reilly's, and I had to cut the two hoses to give me the twist to get the angle that I need. So I was able to put this in between the two hoses, get the twist to get this part in, because this doesn't come out straight. It comes out like at an angle. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but it doesn't come out of the radiator straight. So I got that twist, and then I just connected them here. The upper radiator hose is on order, so I'm waiting for that to come in. The coolant reservoir, I mounted here with some self-tapping screws, and then I just ran the hose here along the top. It has a zip tie here, a zip tie here, and then it just goes in. This is just a universal container. Now there's some real universal ones that are like 20 bucks. This one was actually like $12. It's by Dorman, and here's the part number, 603001. I thought that this would look better than the other one that they sell, and doesn't look too bad. I got new brackets for the radiator. This radiator is from Holly, and I ordered the radiator, also ordered the shroud and the two fans. I already threw the boxes away, but I did get a shot of that, and I'll edit that in here. This is the part number for the radiator. It's an aluminum 3-row 67 or 72 Chevy pickup. And this is the part number for the kit that comes with the fans and the shroud. The water pump pulley had a cover that went on the front, and it made it look pretty cool, but it wouldn't clear the fans. So I took it off, and it bought me some space. It's kind of tight, but that's not gonna rub. Another problem that I had run into, this harness is new harness, and I did have it upgraded with the HEI wire, but the harness is for a truck that doesn't have gauges. It comes with lights, which actually helped because I'm going to use Intellitronics gauges, but I did run into a couple of problems. One of them, I don't know if you can see back there, maybe I'll zoom in when I'm editing here. That blue wire I'm going to be using for my oil pressure sensor, but the truck's harness did not come with that circuit. So what I had to do is add this blue wire, this is going to be for my oil, into the harness there on the truck side, because similar to this, it has the hole for it, but from the factory it didn't come with the connector. So that harness had the wire running up to the bulkhead connector, but from the bulkhead connector up to where the cluster goes, it didn't have it. So I added it, and I'm actually going to be doing that same thing when I put the cluster in, and I'll make another video about that. And I'll talk about this as well. I had to use an OEM style connector so that I could use this hole that's already here in the truck and make it look a little bit cleaner. Another thing I did before I put the front clip on, I took these off and I painted them, and it made a big difference because they were all brown and rusted. Before I put the cowl on, I put these gutters in here for the leaves, and I got that from LMC, and it's actually really simple to do. It already comes with the holes for the screws and the holes for the where the wipers mount. I don't know if you can see in there. So they just lay in place, and then you bolt this in. I also changed this this rubber piece here for the cowl, where the hood, when it's closed, it seals up. I did all that at the same time. I did get my power steering in. I had to glue that Woodruff key in place, and then the following day I was able to do that. I think that video is out already. I checked it, there's no leaks. I ran the engine does run. I'll hook the battery up and I'll start it for you guys, and then I'll show you guys the how the lights look. I think they look pretty cool. So for the single wire alternator, this is going to be my charge wire, and it just comes up here to this fuse box. This fuse box I got from, I believe this place is called CE Auto Electric. I have the business card in my toolbox. I'll find it and I'll show it to you guys. And I also put a ground strap from the alternator here to the frame. Then I also have this big wire that goes from the frame to the block, and then the one that actually goes to the battery is going to that same bolt on the block. I am going to add a few more grounds here and there underneath, like one from the cab to the frame and then one from the bed to the frame, just to make sure that everything's grounding good. Right now the engine's not timed. It'll run, but it's, I mean, I gotta set timing and do all of that. I haven't done it yet. I did get my electric pump working, and I got everything plumbed. I had a couple of leaks. I already addressed that. That's why there's some fuel in the filter here. This is my fuel pump wire, so I'm just gonna prime it so I can start it for you guys. Get a little fuel in the carburetor. So I'll hook up the battery real quick and I'll show you guys how the lights work. I guess let's start in the back. And they're not flickering in real life, that's just through the camera. Then I got the LED lights for the license plates, and I put that tow ball on. So you can see it fires up. I still need to time the engine. And one thing I've been doing to prepare for the cluster is, well, this is all the wiring that I'm gonna need. And I've been labeling all these wires here because I'm just gonna cut this connector off and then wire in the cluster. But that'll be all on a separate video. I still gotta wire in the electric fans. You can see they're just haven't gotten to it. I've done all the mechanical stuff, but I'm still working on the electrical here and there. So just thought I'd give you guys a quick update. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time.